This city is so large, yet retains a sort of rustic feel. I find it comforting. Yes, Aggies. I have spent far too much time here. I do not recommend it.
This bar may be tougher than you can handle.
He is not here. I am disappointed, but relieved somehow? You're right. I'm sorry. Someone here must know more.
You meet Aggie yet? Tough as they
Ethan
come, but
handles
I
all
owe
the
her
orders.
everything.
You ain't here looking for Erin. She is.
Hello, Aggie. I was unsure whether you would remember me. It has been a long time.
I ain't likely to forget you anytime soon. I heard ya ain't deaf. She didn't ruin Erin's life enough the first time, huh? Back for more?
Ruined his life? How dare you?
Did she tell you what she did to him? How she left him bleeding on some godforsaken rock in the middle of nowhere? Ha! Forgive me if I don't take you at your word. Aaron sat in that corner for years, scared of his own shadow, convinced the damn zealots were coming back to finish the job. The few credits he had to rub together that didn't get spent on drink, he spent on setting himself up someplace where they couldn't find him. Wouldn't trust anyone that walked through the door. Only ever talked to me when he was drunk enough. If either of you cared, you wouldn't just be showing up now. Aaron ain't been in here for almost a year now. Showed up one day saying he'd gone and got himself set up on Hyla too, thanking me for letting him stay here so often. It was the closest I'd seen him to happy in I don't know how long. And that was it. Never came through the door again.
Did he ever mention me?
You mean, did he blame you? That's what you want to know. I know guilt when I see it. Don't try and deny it.
Fine. Did he blame me?
No. Believed you were one of the good ones, right up until the last time I talked to him. Me? I don't think your kind has good ones.
My kind?
I know what you are. You take your holier-than-thou bullshit and your great serpent and shove 'em.
You dare insult me like this when I have come to you asking for help. I should kill you where you stand. You're right. We should focus on finding him.
Well, this has been so much fun. You see Aaron, you tell him I got a bottle of his favorite stashed away if he ever shows up again. But honestly, I'm hoping he doesn't.
I thought to check on Aaron sooner. We have something to go on at least. I am grateful that you showed some compassion, despite that woman's attitude. I do not have your patience. And yet it is my past we are trying to clear up. That is... It means a lot. I'm eager to reach Hyla too, and speak to Aaron. Perhaps there is something we can do to help him. Provide him a sense of safety. We should be on our guard here. If we could detect the camp from orbit, it means others could too. And I have no idea what fortifications he may have. When we arrive, would you let me speak to him first? I think that is important right now. Thank you. From what Aggie said, it sounds like he has been rather paranoid for years now. That, too, I fear, is my fault. Let us proceed slowly and carefully. I do not want to antagonize him.
Touching down. Hi. Please disregard. I attempted.
What does your scanner reveal? chance to speak to him. To make amends. Or at least to hear him curse me for leaving him. I was prepared to accept that. I did not think I would find him like this. At least these vermin didn't get him. He's been gone for... Clearly it's been some time. Look around. There will be correspondence from Jada Wong. I am sure of it. This cannot be evil. I'm not here. You can't succeed at that before we are... You found something. Please, let me see it. I should have guessed. Jada was always the one to run towards trouble. Of course she would still be doing it now. In her own way. She has been for as long as I have known her. Jada was younger than some of the other smugglers we contracted. There was concern she would be unreliable. As time went on, we called on her more and more often, eventually relying on her almost exclusively. She was sharp, a skilled pilot and very, very determined. Always talking about her big plans for retirement, how she would live like a queen. I am not surprised that she would desire revenge. But to go this far, we need to find her. But before we go, I've discovered something else. And I do not know what to make of it. Aaron was composing a reply to Jada, but never sent it. It reads as if he was expecting the Zealots to find him. That they knew where to look for him. Clearly he had become paranoid, but that does not mean he was wrong. What bothers me, though, is that he mentions a name he should not know. Tomisar Kadik. Nor should you. For all of my assignments in the settled systems, Tomisar has been my link to House Baroon. From him, I have received my orders, and he is the person to whom I have reported my success. He does not work with anyone outside House Baroon, and I am the only one who knows how and where to find him. Aaron should never have heard of him. It is hardly that simple. We must first make sure that Jada is safe, and perhaps she will be able to shed light on this. Let us head for the den.
We have a clean dock, right on the money.
Either she is here, or someone.
I know. If you see anything unusual or illegal, make sure you report it. Vanguard's here for a reason. We'll take care. Huang? Really? There are at least 3 other pilots based out of here I'd expect to receive complaints about first. Before we get started, I have to inform you there's a formal review process for the Vanguard, so don't expect any action for a while. Okay? Now, what is the nature of your complaint? Oh. Oh! Okay. Sorry. Force of habit, I suppose. Jada isn't here. Hasn't been here in a while. In fact, well, she's following up on some sensitive information. I'm not sure I should disclose any more than that. It's not something I can just blurt out. I mean, it might be okay? Is this really what we're doing? I suppose it's not the end of the world. Jada came in a bit ago, all fired up over some hot lead. She's been focused on zealots ever since she was assigned here, but this was a whole other level. She was headed out to Groombridge to track them down. Never seen her so fixated. And if you know Jada, that's saying something. If you're headed out that way, be careful. Wouldn't surprise me if she's getting into all kinds of trouble. Fly safe.
I understand this station was once quite the luxurious place for you.
Nice. Clean sep there. What's happening, darling? Switching over to standard engines.
Unidentified ship. You are not authorized to be here. State your business. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here? You're what? You've got to be kidding me. You show up here now of all times? Shit. I've got multiple ships inbound. Too late to run. Sure hope you're prepared for a fight.
Load out that grab drive. Target's jump system down. They're racing to their grab drive.
We're clear. I'm sure not going anywhere for a while. So why don't you tell me what the hell you think you're doing, showing up here now? We're talking, which means I'm alive. Which means as far as you're concerned, I'm fine. Look, my grav drive is fried. I need time to repair, if I can even manage it. You didn't take the opportunity to blow me up. So either that's not your goal, or you're playing some long game. You wanna explain yourself? I can't stop you from coming over here. But I'm gonna be armed, and it's gonna be aimed at her head. Just so we're all clear.
always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
How? How can you possibly show your face?
I am glad to see that you are safe, Jada. I am sorry if this is difficult for you.
Difficult? Are you serious right now? You set us up, killed my friends, and then a decade later you show up like nothing happened? Have you lost your mind?
Set you up? I was not behind that. It was Zealots, you know that. We were all attacked.
Don't bullshit me. Not now. And who the hell are you? Her backup dancer? Yeah? Well, we're talking. How do you think that's going so far? What are you doing here with her? You don't look like Varun to me. Yeah. Differences, though? I haven't been working with them. She has.
I would never!
You know, for a while I told myself it was a coincidence that you disappeared once the shooting started. That you were long gone when the dust settled. Told myself, no, it couldn't possibly be her. Not after all those years we spent working together. We're friends. So I went after the Zealots. And then I found out the truth. Your damned High Council. They knew. Told the Zealots where to find us.
That's not true. That cannot be true.
Oh, it is.
How? How do you know this? If you have proof, I need to see it right now.
You don't get to demand anything of me, Andreja. I know what I've seen. I don't have... It doesn't work like that. I've put things together over the years. Slates, communications, interrogations.
A name, Jada. Give me a name. You must have heard one by now.
Tomasar! Tomasar Kadik! That's the bastard from the High Council who's been helping the Zealots!
And did you hear this from Aaron?
Aaron? What? No! I haven't talked to him in a year. What do you know about it?
Jada, I swear on the Serpent himself, I would never betray you. I need time to make this right. Can we go somewhere and talk?
I am not giving up on this! I've tracked them this far, and I'm going to see this through. You want your proof? Well, they have it!
You think you've won, do you?
That's him! That's the bastard responsible for the ambush! If you're not lying to me, then you better help me take him down! Otherwise, I'll just have to destroy you both! Get back to your ship! I really can't believe you thought you'd just show up.
I smile today in the knowledge that the Great Serpent has truly blessed my ship and my crew. Why else would he have delivered unto me the dregs of our purge years ago? The awful that escaped our righteous
Taking out their shields.
High Council, who betrayed the charge
They're not
laid
coming out of
upon
here.
them by the Great Serpent, gave you over
do not understand. It cannot be possible that the High Council would betray us like that. He must have been lying. That is not an option. Even if we could reach them, you are a non-believer. You would be killed. Something about this does not feel right. This message. The code at the bottom. I have seen this before. I know where we need to go. I must explain. House Baroon values secrecy above nearly all else. Those of us sent out into the settled systems, we cannot return. It is not just about rules. When we are assigned a mission, we are taken to a point outside of House Baroon's domain. We do not jump ourselves. We are never given the coordinates for Varun Kai, our homeworld. We literally cannot return. Only a select few are ever trusted with that knowledge. I can never go home. Unless I am permitted. Perhaps there is. I cannot travel to my home, but I can reach out another way. But it means putting you in danger in a way you have not been before. I cannot say for certain what will happen. Thank you. That means a great deal. There is an old derelict star station where I may get answers. I know that seems vague. It will become clear when we arrive.
Docking cycle complete.
Captain,
All right,
it is
follow me.
pleasant
I will say
to see
again.
you.
There is danger for you here, likely for us both. I need you to trust me. These stations were built by the United Colonies during the Serpent's Crusade. They were abandoned when peace was brokered. They are an excellent place to hide in plain sight. Before we go any further, I cannot stress this enough. Keep your weapons at your side. Do not make any sudden moves. Do nothing to appear hostile. Thank you. Please give me a moment. I am not the one who needs to explain himself, Tomisar.
I am surprised by your tone. It has gotten into you. This is very unlike you. Almost insubordinate.
I know what you have done. The messages you sent.
You are not making any sense. Of course I send you messages. That is how this works. That is how it has always worked.
Not to me. To the zealots. To the fanatics who murdered my friends, who tried to murder me.
You must be mistaken, or perhaps confused. Nothing like that has ever happened.
Enough! I have the transcripts, Tomisar. You did this. You told them where to find us.
Now, let's just take a moment. No one wants to make accusations they might regret. You are from that Constellation group. I've heard all about you. You have turned her against me, filled her head with lies. This will not be allowed to stand. Insolence! You have corrupted her!
I said enough! This is between you and me.
This has gone far enough. Talk some sense into her at once. Neither of you would dare lift a finger against me. Against House Varun. But I am. If you let Andreja hurt me, I am her only link to the High Council. To House Varun. Without me, she can never return home. You must make her listen to reason.
He is responsible. He deserves to die.
Did you not hear me? You do this, you lose everything!
I heard you. I know what it costs me. But he deserves it. Does he not? I do not know. Maybe. Maybe if the High Council sees what he has done. Fine. Consider yourself fortunate. You get to live.
This is not over! The High Council will hear of your treason!
Perhaps they will hear of your actions as well, Tomisar. Think on that. Come. Let us leave this place. I wish to return to the lodge.
You will regret this! The Great Serpent will see you punished for your impudence.
I think you may be trying to take a little too much on. Literally. quite enjoy New Atlantis, but this... this is much better.
Sorry.
I'm not sure when things will feel safer. But we have not been attacked again. Thank you for coming back here with me. I fear that after all that has happened, I am unsure of my place in House Baroon. This room may now be the only place I have left to call home. Yes, I know that I am not completely alone. And that offers some comfort, but it is more complicated than that. I do not know how to live without some connection to House Baroon. The Great Serpent has always been a guiding force in my life. The force that drives all that I do. What if I have lost that? Yes, that is true. Whatever else has happened or will happen, the Great Serpent still holds a purpose for me. You have been by my side through all of this, the most turbulent time in my life. And you have supported me, faithfully. I have never been able to count on any single person the way I have with you. If I am repeating myself, you will have to forgive me. I cannot overstate what it means to me. I have never had a best friend, but I believe that sounds right. So if we are to be best friends, then I shall do everything I can to be there for you, in the way that you have for me. How can I sit here feeling sorry for myself when there is so much for us to do? The lodge feels a little colder than it. Everyone seems more... Is it foolish to say that I feel very protective? I would certainly